up? This is Overlord Bo, back with another information video, and today we'll be going through the top recommended unique upgrades in World of Warships and on why we'd be recommending those to you all. So let's just hop right into it. So let's go into the armory and go right to the research barrel, and let's just start us off. So the first one on the list is the Elbing. We'll be recommending the Elbing unique upgrade. It turns it into one of the strongest gunboats. It turns it from an okay cruiser kind of gunboat to this makes it way more maneuverable. It makes a turret traverse way quicker, and it makes you have a quicker reload as well. So this thing turns into an okay gunboat, long range only, to just flat out just one of the best gunboats in randoms. It is one of the best legendary mods on this list. The next one is going to be the Gouden Leeuw. This is a must-have on the Gouden Leeuw. If you enjoy playing the Gouden Leeuw, you need to have this. This gives you a faster reload on the airstrikes and an extra one as well. So instead of 2, you can have 3. This increases your DPM tremendously. It is definitely a must-have unique upgrade. Now, the Petros is a really good competitive use unique upgrade. It makes it where you have one less consumable, and it makes sure your AP does more damage, as well as having a better dispersion. So for kind of competitive play, this will definitely be very useful for the Petro. For the Richthofen, it is not recommended, so do not get that one. The Holland upgrade makes it where you have an extra ship consumable, so you get an extra heal and an extra engine boost as well. It also makes it where your engine boost acts, makes it a little bit better. It's not going to be as good as a small end engine boost, but it definitely gives you a better engine boost than just the regular Holland's one. This also makes it where your heal is also a little bit more potent, so it hits a little bit harder, so you're able to get more health back. Now, the Venezia one is also a top recommended. It makes it where you get extra smokes, and it makes sure you get your smokes back quicker. So you can do a lot of more smoke gameplay, where if you have a DD spotting, you're going to be able to stay in your smoke a lot longer, as in you'll have more smokes. Not like the smokes actually last longer. And make sure you're able to get your smokes back up quicker instead of waiting. What's the cooldown? Like 2 minutes SAT score? It's like 2 minutes without the legendary, right? It's a super long
Let me
cooldown.
go look it up quickly here.
Yeah, I think the cooldown's like 2 minutes or so.
Let's see.
I think it's around like 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a
Yeah,
half.
it's 3 minutes normally.
Oh God! So it's even worse. So it goes from 3 minutes down to about a minute and a half, like
Which
a
is
minute
pretty
20, which
insane.
which is really really good. So the next one is going to be the Audacious one. Do not recommend this one. The Daring one, nope. Do not recommend this one. The Hakuryu, highly recommended for you CV players. This makes the Hakuryu's planes way quicker, and it makes your planes way quicker, so you're able to get places a lot faster. The Haragu,
You can get in, you can basically in AA range for less time. It's
Mhm.
pretty useful.
Yep, it's super useful. Now the Haragumo smoke is really good for if you do a lot of diving or in competitive play. We've seen a lot of legendary Haragumos being used in COTS and other tourneys. Haragumo is one of the top smoke ships in the game for competitive. Doing those smoke comps for the Noveski, the Des Moines, Worcester, Brisbane. We've seen a lot of legendary Haragumos being used. So highly would recommend it for competitive play. If you're just playing randoms, it's not going to be as good for you in randoms, unless you're playing a div, of course. Now, the legendary Kleber is definitely one of the top of legendary mods to be used in competitive. It's also very strong in ranked as well. So both clan battles, ranked, and in tourneys as well. So I would definitely recommend the legendary Kleber mod. It makes it where it makes it the Kleber into more of a torp boat rather than a gun boat, which a lot of people use its maneuverability to get around, get in caps, and do a lot of control with those torps. And that's the main reason why people like the Kleber for competitive. The next one is going to be the Kremlin. I would highly recommend the Kremlin one as well. A lot of the time, the Kremlin is being used at closer range. So what does this do? It makes it where your max range is lower, and it gives you a way better reload than just the regular slot 6 reload. It doesn't affect the turret traverse either, so this makes it where you still keep your really fast turret traverse. It just reduces your max range of your guns, but a lot of people stay within 15 kilometers with the Kremlin anyway. So this is more of just like a flat out buff to the Kremlin. So I would definitely highly recommend the Kremlins. What do you think of the Midway's SAT?
Do not recommend.
Oh, there you go. Grozovoi's would also. Did you say not? No, no, no. We recommend the Grozovoi. It makes it into a way better gunboat. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second. The
Yeah.
Grozovoi's upgrade makes it into a way more of a gunboat and less of a torp boat. Naturally, the Grozovoi is more of like a jack of all trade DD. But with this module, it makes it where you get a faster reload, worse reload for your torpedoes, and it makes it where your turret traverse is slightly faster. It makes it so that you're more of a gunboat rather than a torp boat. So if you want to be more of a gunboat for your Grozovoi, this is the unique upgrade for you. The YY's upgrade, do not recommend. The legendary Kleber, it turns your D more into a torp boat slash spotter. Its concealment is second best at tier 10. I think it's 5.5 is the legendary gearing. Is it 5.5 or
No.
5.4? Where's the
So Lechmod gearing brings it down to 5.6,
Oh, okay.
which is tied for Shimakaze as the best.
Okay.
This is more of a competitive take since you lose both torpedo and gunfire power, but since you're not expected to do much gunning anyway in clan battles, like this is a straight buff.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. So, if you do a lot of competitive play, then the legendary Kleber would definitely be for you. The
Gearing.
unique gearing, sorry, yeah, the gearing. The Shima is the next one where it makes it where you have faster. It makes it the faster turret diverse speed. I thought it was slower.
No, it's torpedo. You get faster reloading torpedoes, an extra 10%, but your torpedo traverse speed is much slower. So if you get into a close range fight, say like about 6 kilometers from the enemy, and your torpedoes are turned the wrong way, you're not going to use it. Period.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. And what about the
Yeah,
ZVD2's upgrade?
don't recommend. You lose some concealment, which is critical for a Z52.
Okay. The Kabas is definitely a must-have unique upgrade. If you don't have this, it's going to be way harder to play. You get an extra 10% range, and this is the only way to be able to upgrade the range on the Kaba, besides the skill, of course. In the skill tree, you can use the AFT to upgrade to go further in that. But in the slot 6, you only have an option for a reload. You don't have an upgrade for range. So this is the only way you're able to actually upgrade it in the modules. So highly recommended for the Kaba. Moskva also highly recommended. This makes it where you have a better range for the Moskva. It makes it where you have better shell dispersion as well. So it makes the Moskva, it's already one of the most accurate cruisers in the game. It just buffs that even more. So I would highly recommend the Moskva's legendary unique upgrade. The Woosters do not recommend at all. The legendary Des Moines makes this thing into pretty much a Tokyo drifting machine. It doesn't make the ship faster, but it makes it have a faster acceleration. So at first you go, normally it would be like a semi truck speeding up. With this, it makes it into a hot rod. It makes it way quicker to get top speed, which is super
Yeah.
useful with this ship.
I think Minotaur acceleration.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The Minotaur acceleration, definitely 100%. Now, the upgrade for the Minotaur, we do not recommend. For the Henry upgrade, legit just play Conde at that point. Like, if you're going to use this upgrade, you might as well just play Conde. There's no reason to use unique upgrade on Henry when you have a Conde. So, there you go. What about the Hindenburg's upgrade?
No, don't recommend. Hindenburg worries more about penetration damage. This add upgrade just reduces damage over time, which is not really that useful.
And
Just
also,
take concealment and play a conventional build.
exactly. And the thing about the Des Moines, if you're bringing a Des Moines in competitive, everyone expects you to have a legendary mod. If you don't have a legendary mod, it's like, what are you doing? It's expected of Des Moines to have it. What do you think of the Zal upgrade?
Zhao, not really recommended. It used to be better with the improved rudder shift mod, uh, but they removed that because it actually made the Zhao pretty nice to handle. So GG.
Yep, GG. What about the Montana's upgrade?
Uh, it's kind of like a. It's basically you can go either way. It makes it more tanky against damage over time, but at the same time, it's not really that necessary. So only take it if you really like Montana. But if you're even, but even if, but basically, if you're thinking about not using it, just don't take it.
Yeah, for me personally, I do use it for the Montana for the play in randoms. But if I'm playing Montana in ranked or competitive, I don't bring it because I'd rather have propulsion than. So, legendary mod for Yamato is definitely a must have. It makes the ship way more accurate than it already is. The only downside is it does make the turret traverse slightly slower. That is the only downside for this. And we already know how slow the Yamato's turret traverse is, so take that as you will.
Hmm.
The Kurfurst, I absolutely love the Kurfurst for ranked. For ranked, I love it. Ranked is always close range normally, like within say 15 kilometers anyway. So this just makes it where your max range for your guns is lower, but it makes it where your main gun and your secondary reload is quicker by 10% for the main guns and 15% for the secondaries is really, really useful. I love it. This thing is so much fun to play in ranked. A lot of people don't expect a good Kurfurst player. So when you go in and you just obliterate them with the legendary modded Kurfurst, it's so much fun. I love doing it. It's awesome. For the Republic, what do you think of the Republics?
Uh, if I remember correctly, it gives up too much range. It's literally a minus. You only get like a 6% extra reload over what's basically about 18 kilometers or so.
Yeah,
It's a little bit too uncomfortable for repub, and you also can't use your excellent gun ballistics to your advantage. So I would not recommend.
yep.
Just stick with the typical main battery mod 3.
Okay. And the final upgrade we're going over is the Conqueror. What do you think of the Conqueror's unique upgrade?
It's it's funny. It is just most side grade. If you like Conqueror and you want to play something different and don't mind a typical battleship concealment, go ahead, get the unique upgrade. But you're not missing anything if you ignore it.
Okay. Well, that is the unique upgrades. They'll be over today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And your all favorite unique upgrades yourself. And I will talk to y'all later.